Okay, so first let us discuss the definition of terms. No, ano-ano yung mga pinagkaiba ng mga salitang ito. Okay? So first, we have the word knowledge. Okay? So technically, you all know what knowledge is. Okay? So technically, knowledge as cognitive representation. When we talk of knowledge as cognitive representation, technically this refers to yung information, yung understanding natin that is technically stored in individual's mind or intellect. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mental representation ng concept, facts, ideas, events, activities, or tasks. Okay? So technically, another thing, this is another idea that is written on there is actually the source of knowledge. So what do we mean by source of knowledge? So saan nga ba ito nanggagaling? We have what we call a practical or professional experience. So dito nakalagay, diba, knowledge, based from TESDA. This is a cognitive representation of ideas, events, activities, or tasks derived from practical or professional experiences, as well as from formal instruction or study. So technically, ano nga ba yung source ng knowledge na sinasabi ni TESDA? So the number one is, of course, the practical or professional experience. So ano ibig sabihin nito? Well, technically, knowledge can be gained sa pamamagitan ng hands-on experience in real-life situation. Yun yung ibig niyang sabihin. Okay? So technically, kapag kayo, ang isang individual is actually engaged sa mga practical activities or professional tasks, then technically, they acquire knowledge. So, anong knowledge ang na-acquire nila? Then technically, yung knowledge of how to perform those tasks effectively. In terms of professional or practical experience. Okay? Another or second would be the formal instruction or study as stated in the definition. Okay? So, when we talk of knowledge, so technically knowledge can be acquired through formal education, katulad ng ginagawa natin. So knowledge could be acquired, can also be acquired through formal education. That could be training, or that could be systematic studies. This includes yung tayo na mga guro or kayo na magiging future teachers. That could also mean that another example that you could actually acquire knowledge is from the different sources such as textbooks, lectures, or any structured educational tools. Okay? So, ano nga ba yung components ng knowledge? Well, technically, una, according to this, we have memory. So, technically, when we talk of memory, this involves yung ability natin to remember and recall. Well, technically, most of us or any moment, we usually do recall information, we store information, we retrieve them later on, yung mga learned facts and experiences natin. Another is the understanding. This is important, that you understand what you have done, especially if this is practical or professional experience. Lalo na pagdating sa TESDA. Or halimbawa, mag-NC kayo. Well, technically, yung NC, this will be teaching you theory, and other than theory, more of, mostly, ang ituturo is practical experiences on how to do this, on how to do that. So, technically, TESDA is preparing you, para maging employed ka doon sa industry na gusto mong, sa industry na target mo. Okay, so yun yung trabaho ni TESDA. And going back to understanding. So we have understanding. So technically, hindi lang siya. Ang knowledge ay hindi lang merely memorization, memorization of facts, no? But this also includes deep understanding ng concept at yung interrelationship ng mga concept, no? So, etong understanding na to, this will actually enable you to apply your knowledge in various contexts. Yun yung ibig niyang sabihin. Okay? And also, lastly, we have the word there is analysis. No? So when we talk of analysis, no, knowledge includes the ability to analyze information or situations critically. No? So analysis, no? Yung understanding mo paano itong mga component na to are interrelated with each other. No? So technically, when we talk of knowledge, no, this actually encompasses yung mga broad range of information and skills acquired, no, through practical experience as well as formal instruction or study. Yun yung gusto nating iparating. What is knowledge? Okay? Next, we have skill, no? According from the ETESDA, now this refers to acquired and practice ability to carry out tasks or job. No? Ibig sabihin, this is something you have learned and developed, no? Sa pamamagitan ng training, ng practice, o ng experience. Again, pag sinabi nating skills, no? Ito yung isang bagay na natutunan mo sa pamamagitan o na-acquire mo sa pamamagitan ng training, ng practice, or ng experiences. No? Ito yung capability mo to perform specific tasks or job efficiently, effectively, and proficiently. No? So, technically, paano nga ba natin nahuhulma ang skills natin? No, this is through repeated practice. No? And of course, that repeated practice can be applied sa mga various contexts such as yung work, sports, arts, or daily activities na meron tayo. But technically, before you acquire certain skills, you need to be guided by a certain expert. No? Kailangan ng guidance. Okay? So technically, how are you going to acquire skills? No, you need to enroll to different programs, or maybe you're exposed to a certain context or a certain job or a certain whatever scenario it is. That's why you acquired a certain skills. But technically in acquiring certain skills as BTVTEd students, you might want to consider enrolling in TESDA. In order for you to acquire skills, and by that, no, you will be having your trainer, and that trainer will actually teach you the different skills, no, the competencies you will be needing for that certain certification. Okay, so again, since we have mentioned what is competency, no, according to this is the application of knowledge and the skills. No, so we have discussed the knowledge and the skills. Now, the moment you apply the knowledge, skills, and attitude, by the way, may tinatawag tayong KSA. Ano? So, meron tayong tinatawag na KSA. Ano nga ba yung KSA? We have discussed the knowledge. No? Saan mo na-acquire ang knowledge? What is knowledge? No, we have discussed that. The skills, no, we have already discussed. No, and the attitude, no, KSA. Now, attitude is the way or the manner, no, you presented yourself, no, in the workplace. No, paano mo ba present yung sarili mo? Paano mo dinala yung sarili mo in terms sa job or sa profession na meron ka? No, that is what we meant by attitude. No? So technically, itong statement na to, this actually emphasizes, no, na yung competencies in this actually involves, no, competency involves more than no, just having knowledge and skills. No, it is actually about effectively applying your knowledge, skills, and attitudes, or what we call the KSA, effectively, no, in the workplace. No, and with that, you are competent. Okay? So, ano-ano nga ba ang meron ng competencies? This includes yung application ng knowledge, ng skills, ng attitudes, no, in order to perform your work or activities in the expected standard. No, kaya siya tinawag na competencies. That doesn't mean that you were able to perform something. No, you're competent. But you have to make sure, no, you are performing, you are delivering your knowledge and skills with the what we call the expected standard for you to be called competent. Okay? So the thing is, kapag ka sa TESDA, halimbawa, gusto mo mag-NC2, gusto mo mag-NC3, halimbawa, NC3 in Visual Graphic Design. Technically, ang meron sa Visual Graphic Design is NC3. No? So, yung assessor, no, technically, during the assessment day, after that, no, sasabihin ni assessor whether you are competent or not competent. No, pag sinabing competent, you pass the certification. Not competent, you are not competent. Not yet competent. No, you need to train. You need to be retrained. No? So technically, no, we have expected standard and standards in terms of achieving, no, in terms of achieving a certain competence. No? So, how are you going to use, no, yung mga attributes na yan proficiently, no, in order for you to meet the specific performance requirements or yung job or yung task required, no? So, technically, pag sinabi natin competencies, no, or competency, this is yung practical demonstration ng ability mo sa workplace, no, and that for you to ensure, no, that work is completed to the expected level of quality and professionalism. That's why you need to understand what is knowledge, what is skills, what is attitude. Okay? Okay, so what we call the competency standard. No? So what is competency standard? No? Technically kasi, no, usually sa isang community ang nagsasabi na ito ang mga kinakailangan nilang skills na ito ang mga kinakailangan, ito ang ina-expect namin sa graduates ninyo. Usually ang industry ang nagsasabi nun. Now, si industry, sasabihin niya sa mga school, sa government, or sa mga educational institution or organization na this is what we need. No? And with that school, no, within that premise, within that region, they will be producing that kind of student that later on will be needing in the society. No? So, meron tayong tinatawag na competency standards. Usually, these are industry determined. Katulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, no, hindi lang tayo basta nagpo-produce ng graduates. Now, we are producing graduates based on the industry requirement. No, what do we mean by that? No, ibig sabihin si industry po ang nagsiset ng mga skills, competencies na kinakailangan nila, no, sa work. With this, dito aaksyon ng ating mga educational organization, institution. No? At technically, yun yung ipoproduce nila. Yung kinakailangan ng ating community. Okay? So, when we talk of competency standards, no, they are specific criteria. No? Again, competency standards, they are specific criteria set by the industry. No? This is to define the skills and ability needed for proficient work performance. no? So itong mga standards na to are outcome-based, no? This emphasize, no, ine-emphasize dito, ano nga ba, no, ang kinakailangan ng isang employee, no, isang applicant, no, ano nga ba yung dapat nilang magawa? Ano nga ba yung training na dapat meron sila? Ano nga ba yung personality trait na dapat meron sila as bilang applicant or bilang empleyado sa industry? No? So technically, yung competency standards po is nakakoncentrate sa workplace activity. No? Ito yung mga application ng skills sa mga diverse situation, no, which is actually evolved, no, in work environments, no. Technically, ito po ang nagsiserve ng guidelines in order to ensure na yung mga employees can effectively apply their skills, no, in different scenarios and adapt to changing work conditions. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng competency standards. No? Again, ang nagsiset po nito ay industry. Ang nagdedetermine po nito ay industry. Ibinababa sa ating educational institution. Okay? Now, the word is qualification. Okay? So, qualification, when we talk of qualification, now in order for you to be qualified, let's say for example, the reason why we have graduation, moving up, etc. Because you were able to attain the knowledge, the skills, or the competencies in order for you to graduate, in order for you to move up to a certain level. No? When we talk of qualification, qualification is actually a formal certification. No? Ito yung formal certification na ina-acknowledge ng isang individual ay na-meet niya, no? O na-attain niya ang specific learning outcome na align sa academic, sa industry, or sa community standard. Okay? So, that is what we meant by qualification. No? So, ano nga ba yung sinisignify nito? Na ang isang individual ay successfully o matagumpay na complete o natapos ang isang course, no? Matagumpay na na-demonstrate ang isang competency relevant sa particular industry. Yun yung sinasabi niyang qualification. Matagumpay, no? Successfully demonstrated that the competencies relevant to particular industry, kung ano man yan, industry ang in-applyan mo. Halimbawa sa TESDA po, no? Sa TESDA, di ba, you have different kind of NC2, NC3. Diba? So technically, no, so that specific certification correspond to specific or to particular industry. Yun yung gusto niyang sabihin. Okay? So the same thing with formal education, when you were able to attain grade 6 and you were able to pass all the subject, then you are qualified for a graduation. Okay? Ganun po yung gusto niyang sabihin. No? So technically, itong qualification na sinasabi natin, no, binavalidate niya yung knowledge, skills, and abilities ng isang tao. No? Ibig sabihin, they are eligible and competent to pursue, no, yung mga related roles or academic professional settings or tasks, no, in academic or professional settings. No, yun yung gusto niyang sabihin. No, once you're qualified, then technically you're eligible and you are competent, no, to pursue related roles or tasks in academic or professional settings. Okay, that is what we meant by qualification. No, now we have what we call the basic competency, common competency, and core competency. No, basic competency, those are essential for any job. Okay. Common competency is specific to an industry, while core competency is highly specialized and job role, not specific within that industry, whatever industry it is. No? So, ang bawat level ng competency na to addresses different levels of specialization and expertise. No? Technically, kinakailangan ito sa various work contexts. No? So, pag sinabi natin basic competencies, No, ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng basic competencies? No, nakikita niyo naman yung definition. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin basic competencies, this refers to fundamental skills and knowledge. Now, these are universal, no, which is universal essential sa different types ng work. Halimbawa, um, how to manage a certain office, how to communicate with the client. Those are basic, no? Ibig sabihin, across different industry or across different job roles, they are essentials, they are basic, no? Halimbawa, basic numeracy, basic competence, basic computer literacy, no? Basic communication skills. Those are examples of basic competencies. No, yung tinatawag nating basic competencies across different area, no? Technically, you could use that basic competency, especially, no? One of the relevant example is basic communication skills. Okay? Next, no, common competencies. No, we have common competencies. This includes skills and knowledge required by people working within specific industry or the field. No, they may be still relevant, no, across sa different industry. No, halimbawa, no, halimbawa sa healthcare industry, no, knowledge pagdating sa medical terminology and patient care skills are common competencies required, no, sa mga nurses, sa mga medical assistant and administrative staff. That is common competencies. No, halimbawa sa atin, BTVTEd, you should know our common competencies is how to operate a computer. No, that is what we call common competencies. Okay. Another is core competence. No, when we talk of core competencies, this is highly specialized skills and knowledge necessary for the specific area. No, within an industry, that could be occupation or job role. No, so halimbawa po sa animation, no, animation major, they are expected to perform 2D and 3D animation, no, for them to have this certain certification, and after getting that certain certification, they are then qualified to apply as an animator. No, based of course also in base din sa portfolio na meron sila. No? Halimbawa, sa IT industry, no, sa mga CSS natin, mga programming languages like yung mga Java, no, Python, no, yung mga specific development frameworks, mga cybersecurity, they are expected to have that knowledge and skills. No? While in visual graphic design, you're expected to know how to use, know how to do logo and what is specific, ano nga ba yung specific, no? What is specific, software application you need to use in order to create a certain logo. No, that is what we call the core competency. Yun yung pinagkaiba-iba nila. Okay? So again, when we talk of basic competencies, those are common, no? Like numeracy skills, computer literacy skills, communication skills. No, you could actually use that across, no, different industry. Common competency is that yung what is the very common, no, halimbawa sa healthcare, how are you going to handle a patient, no? That is common among nurses, medical technicians, etc., or doctors, no? While in us, BTVTEd, our common competency is how to operate a computer, no? Ang core competency naman po is very specific na doon sa industry na tinatahak mo. Katulad ng animation, they should know 2D and 3D animation. Sa mga CSS, they should know programming. They should know mga cybersecurities, etc. But sa BTD, they should know how to produce different publication materials with the use of different softwares needed for that specific publication materials. No, yun sinasabi ni core competence. No? So, sa test na po, usually may kita nyo to. Maybe some of you were be able, no, to have their national certification, no, under TESDA, no, or some of you hindi pa. So kung yung sa mga nakapasa na po ng national certification, for sure nakita niyo na 'to. Yung tinatawag na basic competency, common competency, and core competency. Ito ay makikita sa TR natin, 'no, and sa curriculum ng TESDA, 'no. May ibibigay ako sa inyong files for the TR and the CV. Ayan. So example, no? So technically, we have discussed what knowledge, skills, attitudes, qualification, competency, no, or the specific competency and requirements. Halimbawa na lang, no, ito, no, this is a good example on attaining a certain competence level. No. So technically, no, after your kinder, you go to elementary, then you go to secondary, no? You go to secondary. Once you are promoted to secondary, no, K-12, you go to senior high school, which is part of the 2 year course. Ayan, senior high school. Now, after you go to senior high school, you could actually do TESDA, no? You could do certification, or you might want to directly go to tertiary education. No, and after tertiary, may mga post-baccalaureate po tayo, doctoral, and of course, if you wanted to have deeper skills, no, you may want to do another level of educational attainment. No, ito yung gusto nating i-demonstrate, no, in terms of KSE, qualification, and competencies. Okay? So, may tinatawag tayong promotion, graduation, no, yun yung mga nagpapatunay na we really acquired, no, and we really attain the objectives. Okay? So, may tinatawag tayong PQF or Philippine Qualification Framework, no? PQF is Quality Assured National System for the Development, Recognition, and Award of Qualification based on standards of knowledge, skills, and values acquired in different ways and methods by learners and workers of industry. Now, PQF is the one who is responsible in terms of qualifying, in terms of monitoring, no, the different institutions. And what are those institutions? No, we have TESDA, we have the DepEd, the CHED, the PRC, and the DOLE. No, so technically, if you want certification, then you go to TESDA. No, for the primary and secondary education, technically you have to attain the DepEd, no? Katulad ng pinakita nating level kanina. And then if you want to attain tertiary and postgraduate, then technically you go to CHED, no, I mean, ang CHED po ang namamahala nun, no? And if you, halimbawa tayo po ay BTVTEd, no, another option for us, no, actually we could go to industry, or we could teach, no, and after you graduated, no, your after you attain your BTVTEd degree, no, then you could have, or you have to prepare yourself in terms of licensure examination for teachers, no, at ang namamahala po nun ay PRC, or Professional Regulation Commission. And of course, any work related, ang namamahala ay DOLE. Okay? Yan. So, ito yung framework or illustration, no, ng mga bawat level. No, kanina pinakita ko sa inyo yung bawat level na na-attain. So, may tinatawag tayong level 1 to 8. No? So, saang level na nga ba kayo? Technically, kapag ka-graduate kayo ng level, wala pa po. If you have the NC1, then you are in level 1. NC2, 3, 4, and diploma, nandito na po kayo. Once you graduated, no? Once you graduated, no? Technically in college, no? Nandito po kayo, dito po kayo papasok, no? And as well, after that, if you want to go to masteral, then you are in level 8. And in level 8, if you do post-doctoral and of course post-doctoral, yun lang yung gusto sabihin ni PQF. No, these are the different levels, no, that you might want to attain under the basic, under the technical, educational, and skills development, and of course, higher education, no. So, if you are grade 12, nandito pa lang po tayo. itong mga technical and educational skills and diploma, NCs, andito po tayo. Higher education, if you pursue tertiary, post, masteral, and doctoral, andito po tayo sa mga level. Okay? So, competency-based training, no? What is CBT? CBT is a framework. Okay? So, this is framework and teaching skill based on lesson and focuses on skill development. No, ano nga bang meron ang CBT na binabanggit natin kanina? No, merong dalawa ang CBT. Una, ito, and pangalawa, ito. No? So we have the competency-based curriculum and the competency-based learning material, no, which is the CBLM. Again, una, we have competency-based curriculum. And second is we have competency-based learning material. Okay? So, what is competency-based curriculum and what is competency-based learning material? No, when we say of competency-based curriculum, halimbawa po, since ito yung pinaka-common sa atin, no? Halimbawa po ng competency-based curriculum is yung syllabus natin, no? So, nandun po yung weekly, ano yung topics, no? Halimbawa, sa buong semester, ano yung mga topics, ano yung mga learning outcomes na dapat natin ma-attain, no? Andun din yung description ng isang course, no? Katulad ng syllabus na meron tayo dito sa course na to, kung titingnan ninyo. Now, that is competency-based curriculum. That is an example of competency-based curriculum. No? Meron tayong example sa TESDA ng CBC, which I will be forwarding it to you. And we have training regulation or the TR. No? So, technically, yung TR po, nandun talaga yung mga topics, expected learning outcomes, and methodologies na dapat gawin. Na ibinaba, na mas inelaborate sa CBC or the competency-based curriculum. They are almost the same, no? But, nakaangkla ang CBC natin sa TR or sa training regulation natin. No? Yung TR na meron tayo, which later on, I'll be forwarding it to you. No, those are example of TR and the CBC for TESDA, under the TESDA. No, so technically TR and the CBC, and of course, no, again, dito tayo nakaangkla. Pero, saan nga ba nakaangkla ang TR? No, kanina binanggit natin, di ba, yung qualifications. Sino ang nagsiset ng qualification? Di ba, sinabi natin na ang nagsiset ng qualification ay industry. No? Ayan. Wait lang. Hirap yan. So, we have industry. Now, industry set standard to TR. TR, binababa niya sa CBC. No? Nandito yung mga skill set, competencies selected. No? So, halimbawa si industry, ito ang mga kinakailangan kong klase ng graduates. Ito yung mga competencies na ina-expect ko na mape-perform nila. No? Well, technically, si TR o si TESDA, no, ika-craft nila yon, no, into curriculum. No, well, technically, after that, no, we will be crafting, no, after that, they crafted the CBC or the competency-based curriculum. Ano yung mga competencies na meron dito sa TR ko and how to deliver it. Okay? Parang katulad ng syllabus natin. No? Ang halimbawa naman ng TR natin is yung meron tayo sa chat. Yung chat memorandum 79. Now, that is an example of TR. Nandun yung mga curriculum na dapat i-offer natin, ano yung mga courses na dapat ibinibigay natin, ano yung guidelines. Technically, this is the guideline. No, na binababa, after, if you have the guideline, then technically, you could be able to develop the CBC, which is the competency-based curriculum. No? So, technically, this is anchored in the TR. No? Halimbawa, we have the CHED Memorandum 79 for the BTVTEd, no? Andun yung mga courses natin, no? Na dapat i-offer natin, no? Ilan yung number of units na dapat i-offer natin, what are the guidelines of how are you going to offer this and that, etc. After that, no, you crafted curriculum. After you, which is this is one. After you crafted the curriculum, you create syllabus for that. Ano yung mga different competencies under that course, no? And after that, no, you create materials. Dito na pumapasok yung competency-based learning material. Now, what are the materials? That could be recorded video. That could be modules, no, or different learning materials, multimedia materials that you'll be needing, no, as you go through different courses or different subjects. Subjects kasi yung alam niyo yung terms. No, so this is an example. This is what we mean by the CBT or the competency-based training. No, so this is the teaching skill-based lesson and focuses on skill development na meron siyang dalawa, which is the competency-based curriculum and of course, competency-based learning material. No, so I hope you understand what's the difference between the competency-based curriculum and the competency-based learning material. Okay, yeah. So we have competency-based curriculum. No, so what is competency-based curriculum? No, this is a set of specification of course or a subject, no, or a module, no, which describe all learning, training experiences or trainee or learner undergoes. No, this specifies the outcome with are consistent with the requirement of the workplace, no, as agreed through the industry and community consultations. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, no, na lahat ng kinakailangan ng industry partner natin, no, ay binababa sa mga different organizations, such as educational organizations, no, or any, or katulad ng TESDA, no, so binababa sa kanila ano yung mga competencies na kinakailangan. And with that, they will be able to identify, no, what are the competencies, no, they need. Now, they need to craft, no, and then they need to think, no, critically in terms of identifying the competencies they need, no, in specific workplace. Happy? 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 Okay, going back. After that, dito na pumapasok si competency-based curriculum. Now, once you have different competencies, a set of learning outcomes, methods, no, dito mas i-elaborate ni TESDA. What are the objectives you need to obtain and what are the different, halimbawa, syllabus, no? Halimbawa natin is syllabus, no? What are the different topics, no, na kinakailangan to attain that certain competent level, no? At dito naman pumapasok, ito po siya, no, CBLM. Then that's the time that you will be working on with your modules and different learning materials. Okay, so ayan, we have the Philippine Tibet qualification, no? Ayan, kung mapapansin nyo, nandito po si industry. No, ito yung tinatawag nating TR, the Competency Standard and Training Standard Development. No, from the industry, bababa po nila sa TR. From that, ito na, yung delivery po natin. Dito po tayo papasok sa Tibet Institution. Yung competency-based curriculum development. Halimbawa, halimbawa dito, no, sabi ni Tibet or sabi ni industry, ito yung mga kailangan kong competency. Ngayon, ito na yon. Ito, gumawa ka na ng competency, you were able to craft, no? You were able to identify what are the competencies and what are needed, no, in order to attain that competencies. What are the methods you will be needing in order to achieve that competency. Now, after crafting that, bumaba naman tayo sa competency-based curriculum development. Now, let's say, for example, for that specific competency, halimbawa, itong ProfEd4, ano yung mga kailangan ninyong matin? Diba, you have different, topics, katulad na lang ng mga different theories in order for you to really deliver what is facilitating learning is, no? Ano nga ba yung dapat nating maintindihan? Knowledge and skills. No, bakit natin kailangan intindihin yung cognitive side ng students? No, psychosocial side ng students. Why do we need to understand that in order to facilitate learning? Diba? No, why do we need to understand why do we need to consider cognitive side? No, why do we need to consider that aspect na we need a conducive learning, we need a stressful-free environment, etc., etc., which is under the cognitive, no? So technically, you need to identify what are the topics under these competencies that could help them achieve the different competencies, no, set by the industry and set by the PR, no? And after identifying, you have to identify also the learning outcomes and the teaching methodologies, and of course, the assessment that you'll be needing. no? And after that, after identifying, no, ayan, dito pumapasok si CBT, the competency-based training, no, sa tatlong anchor na to, no? So, technically, papasok si CBT, the manner you plan, the way you plan, the way you craft your material, your courseware development. When you talk of courseware development or the way you craft your material, then the way you craft your module. Halimbawa, video recordings, especially kapag sa TESDA po, no? Sa TESDA, lalo na kapag sa skills, kung ito ay hybrid, sa TESDA kasi may hybrid na, may online, no? Technically, they need to record themselves on how to do specific, or how to achieve a specific competency, or to deliver, or they need to demonstrate technically. That's the term. They need to demonstrate. No, the same thing with us teachers. No, what do we need? No, ano ba yung kailangan ng student? No, para maintindihan niya ang certain topic. Do you just need for yourself or do you need to demonstrate? No, and of course the training delivery. How are you going to deliver it? And of course, no, of course hindi lang naman tayo basta learning materials. The delivery matters. No, this is important. And of course, for you to be able to know if they were able to achieve that, no, you need to have an assessment, no? And of course, after assessment, if you pass, then technically, equivalency and certification will be given. No, ito po yung bonus, no? So, kung pagdating naman sa formal education, ayan, PTVTEd, the PQF, no? They set different competencies, etc. No? And then by the CHED memorandum, no, we have CHED memo, yung 79 natin. No, nandun po yung BTVTEd if you will be checking the curriculum under the CHED. You just search it to Google. No, ito yun, yung TR. No, halimbawa lang po ito. No, halimbawa ito na siya. No, ito yung mga dapat niyong i-deliver, ito yung mga dapat nilang i-take, bawal kayo magkulang, ito dapat yung number of units, no, ilan dapat yung number of work immersion nila, ganyan. And then after that, di ba, ang bawat teacher ay nagka-craft ng syllabus. Sa bawat syllabus, hindi lang naman isa ang itinuturo, no? They are teaching different theories, skills, no, that could, no, that could deliver, but that could attain that specific competency or skills and knowledge, of course. And after crafting the syllabus, pupunta po tayo sa pag-develop ng ating modules, no, or any multimedia. And of course, you deliver, and then you assess, and then you decide whether the student will pass the subject or not. Yun naman po yung equivalent niya sa formal education. Okay? So, we have competency-based learning materials or yung tinatawag natin CBLM. It could be print or non-print instructional media. I think sinasabi ko sa inyo na after you craft, after you identify different competency, skills, and knowledge that students needs to take, then that's the time you need to develop different multimedia materials in order to support that, what do you call that? In order to achieve that competency and learning outcome. Okay, so again, in trainer's methodology 1, what is trainer's methodology 1? Also, this is trainer's methodology 1. No? Pag sinabi natin trainer's methodology level, this is consists of competencies at the web trainer, performing function of a trainer or assessor. No? So technically, this one is one of the highest certification that TESDA could offer. No, so once you pass the TM1, you could become a trainer and assessor. In BTVTEd po, no, if you don't want to teach in a formal education, no, you may want to consider, of course, as part of our program, you are expected to have a national certification later on. No, that is you being part of BTVTEd. That is you being a BTVTEd student. No, because we are teaching this different kind of lesson. No, that is yung mga skills also na patungo sa certification. Now, after that, no, since we are already discussing TM1, na the moment you could support yourself after you graduated, kasi part of the requirement of the TM is actually, you have to be a graduate of bachelor's degree. No, you have to have the degree. So after you graduated, you might want to consider, what you call this, getting TM1. Now, after you, once you pass the TM1, you could become a trainer and assessor. No, kung mapapansin nyo, if you take the certification sa TESDA, may nagtitrain at may nag-a-assess. Magkaiba yung nagtitrain at magkaiba ang nag-a-assess. Kasi ang nagtitrain ay bawal mag-assess sa mismong student niya. No, halimbawa, ako ang nag-train sa inyo, dapat may from outside or different professor ang mag-assess sa inyo para walang bias. No? So, ito po ang pwedeng patunguhan ni TM. Pwede kayong mag-trainer, pwede kayong mag-assessor. Na after you graduate, if I wanted to become a trainer and or assessor. No, technically may ano din naman po ito, may sahod at may compensation ito, but I am not aware with compensation or how does it work, no? Pag sinabi nating trainer, ito yung mga technically, they develop competencies of their learners. No? Sila yung nag-a-assist. No? Sila yung mga nagtuturo ng mga practical and technical works and of course yung competencies na dapat matutunan ng kanilang mga estudyante. Yun po yung tinatawag nating Tibet treatment. No? So, ayun po. No, that is trainer. Hindi na natin papalawakin pa. Trainer is trainer. No, and of course, when we talk of assessor po, no, they are individual accredited and authorized to evaluate, assess competencies. Usually, sila yung mga nakapasa ng TM1, so they could assess, no? They could assess and also, what do you call this? They could assess if whether the students were competent or not, no? So they are the one, no, who are qualified to assess. No, may mga qualified DM po tayo which could actually think, no, could search it through their website or you could search that through TESDA website. And of course, no, saan nga ba pumapasok ang ating subject? Bakit nga ba with TM1 ang ProfEd4 po natin? Kasi in BSE po kasi 'di ba we have ProfEd4 Facilitating Learning. No, in facilitating learning po kasi as BTVTEd students, we have to know to facilitate. Dito po tayo pumapasok po. Facilitating learning session. No, dito po pumapasok ang ating subject. Now, in ang ating course, in BTVTEd, as BTVTEd students, you're expected to have certain skills, certain certification and competency level. No? In BTVTEd, hindi lang tayo basta nagtuturo ng student. Kasi ang ating CMO, sinasabi sa atin ng CMO natin, no, na you are expected another branch or another way natin after you graduate BTVTEd, no, you are expected to become part of, halimbawa, Tibet, no, or TESDA industry. No, as part of this, you should know how to facilitate learning. Facilitating learning, no, you should be able to deliver, to demonstrate different skills. And of course, not just by demonstrating different skills, you should be able to facilitate, should be able to transfer it, your skills and competencies needed now by the students. You should be able to transfer that to your students and have to facilitate learning sessions. No, in order that they will be getting the skills, the competencies they need in order to pass their certification, in order to pass the subject. Okay? So, yun. No? Ayan. And also, ayan, no, utilize electronic media in facilitating training. No? Technically, no, you are expected to deliver the to have CBLM, no, and with that CBLM, you should be able to facilitate learning. Okay? In different modalities, lalo na ang test ngayon ay may hybrid po. No, now how are you going to facilitate training, no, with that? No, in delivering that, no, kinakailangan po nila ng, no, kinakailangan po nila ng, what do you call this, close monitoring. Kasi dapat maramdaman ng student na minomonitor mo sila kasi kung hindi, baka tamarin din po sila, no? Yun yung mga ganong bagay, yung mga ganong technique in order to facilitate learning. Okay? And of course, no, once you were able to achieve a qualification, you are competent to become TVET trainer or technical trainer, facilitator or coordinator, or assessor. Okay? So that's all for the introduction to TM1. These are the references.